Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for another premiere video this afternoon, or getting close to late afternoon now. I think I'm gonna premiere this at like 5 p.m. tomorrow for the next Demon Hunter Marathon Studio album review, but this is for a re-review. These last few albums I'm doing are re-reviews, so I already did one re-review and it premiered today on September 26th. And I'm recording this on September 26th, but this is for Demon Hunter's Peace re-review that I'm going to be re-reviewing for you guys, because I remember reviewing it back in 2019 in March when it came out or something like that. I can't remember when. But I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 11 songs, which I'm including the bonus track as well, the official last song, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this Peace re-review for Demon Hunter. Now it starts with the first song, More Than Bones, and off the bat, I'm really liking how melodic it sounds with Ryan Clark's vocals. It's really soothing with his vocals and sounds pretty nice. And the drum work and guitar work is pretty damn good in this track. So, really like this song, so 5 out of 5. Not really disappointed with More Than Bones. The execution for it does pretty well, and the delivery for the drum work and guitar work and some of Ryan Clark's vocal performance in this is pretty good. So yeah, 5 out of 5. I Don't Believe You is a more melodic song with melodic drum work and guitar work, but it does pretty well with how it's sounding overall. So, and Ryan Clark's singing in it is pretty good for sure. It's really toned down with his vocals in this track, but it sounds pretty nice with how he's singing it. Just clean sings mostly through this whole album until you get to some songs that have some screams. But not every song has screams in it. I think it's only Two Ways that's the only one that has the screams in it. So, I Don't Believe You, I'm giving a 5 out of 5. That's a pretty good song. Loneliness is a pretty nice song. It's really soothing to the listener, and basically it just sounds pretty nice. So, not hating this track. I like how it's executing over me very well, and the delivery for Ryan Clark's clean vocals. Almost said scream for a second. It's clean vocals. Sound pretty good. So 5 out of 5. Peace is a pretty strong track. Um, Very toned down, monotone singing from Ryan Clark with his clean vocals, but it does pretty well with how it's sounding overall with the production and mixing of this track. So, and how it's set up with this song, with how it's playing out, it does pretty well. So 5 out of 5. When the Devil Come is a solid track. When I first heard it, I wasn't sure if I was a fan of it with how it's sounding, but it's growing on me. It's just not growing on me too much where I really love the track, but I think it's good in its own way. Just has some weak uh, mixing problems with how the acoustic guitar sounds in this track. So it's kind of tuned out a bit with or like the tuning of this track with the acoustic guitar. I don't know if I'm feeling for it, in my opinion, but it's something. So 4.5 out of 5. Time Only Takes was not a bad song. It's good in its own way, but has some weak moments as the track goes on, mostly the chorus. The verses are pretty strong with how Ryan Clark is singing, but the chorus is just mid. For me, it's just in between. I'm on the fence with the chorus a bit, so 4.5 out of 5. Two Ways is another solid track. I like the scream delivery at the end of the chorus, and in the background, his scream delivery, Ryan Clark's scream delivery, I'm meaning to say. Um, and just the clean vocals in this track sound pretty good. So, not really disappointed with this song. Just have some minor issues with how it's sounding with the verses. with Ryan Clark singing in it, but still, solid track, so 4.5 out of 5. Recuse Myself. At first I thought this was called Rescue Myself, and I was like, no, it's called Recuse Myself. Recuse myself. So yeah, this one was a pretty strong track. I really like how it's sounding with Ryan Clark singing in the chorus. To let me recuse myself, lose myself, excuse myself from your world. It's pretty nice lyrics and pretty thought-provoking lyrics from time to time. Not thought-provoking, but something to really enjoy, I guess you could say. I was thinking of the wrong word or whatever. Um, but still, Recuse Myself, I'm giving a 5 out of 5. I like how it's sounding verses wise, and the chorus is pretty strong when it comes in. So, in my opinion, I like this song, so 5 out of 5. Bet My Life is a solid track too. It's got some mellow tendencies, but the next song does have very mellow tendencies to close out the regular edition for the album. But I'll give Bet My Life a 4.5 out of 5. It sounds melodic, and most of this album is very melodic, but in a way it's monotoned with Ryan Clark's singing in it, but it does alright. So 4.5 out of 5. Fear Is Not My Guide is a strong track in my opinion. I really like the piano work in this song. I like how it's sounding overall with how the execution and delivery of Ryan Clark's singing is sounding. It's pretty nice. So 5 out of 5. I know it may not be for everyone's favorite songs, but it's personally my favorite song with how it's sounding. Tear You Down was pretty good. Really like this track. So Ryan Clark's screaming, or his singing I meant to say, is pretty strong in this track. Um I'm getting my words mixed up again. So basically, Tear You Down is a pretty strong track. Drum work and guitar work is pretty good, and the execution of the song and the delivery of Ryan Clark's singing is pretty strong. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution, I think Demon Hunter's Peace for this re-review is a pretty good album, in my opinion. I know it may not be for everyone because of how melodic it sounds, but sometimes, as long as certain songs execute well, some albums can do well. I know the last album had that cringy song Ash. I didn't hate that song, I just felt that the lyric could have been different for that song instead of joking around with that track so much. But still, that's just my opinion at the end of the day. But overall, I think Demon Hunter's Peace for this re-review I did for you guys is a pretty good listen. Highly recommend you check it out. In my opinion, I like it, but everyone's got their own opinions when it comes to Demon Hunter's mellow stuff. I personally think their mellow stuff does pretty well as long as it sounds good, executes well. There's a few songs I'm not a fan of on this album, but other than that, the rest of the 7 tracks on it out of 11 did pretty well. So not 5 out of 5 for this album. So first score for me, I'm giving Demon Hunter's Peace re-review an 8.5 out of 10. That is what I was trying to say, but I keep getting my words mixed up again. So please forgive me on this review. It may not be my best review, but I did what I could to make it as good as possible. So anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this Demon Hunter Peace re-review if you enjoyed it. I am giving this album an 8.5 out of 10. And if you enjoyed this re-review for Demon Hunter's Peace that I did for you guys, that is coming out on September 27th at 5 p.m., comment below and let me know what you guys thought of this Peace re-review by Demon Hunter if you enjoyed it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. The Songs of Death and Resurrection re-review is going to be coming out on the 28th, so definitely tune into that. I think I'm going to be having a tropical storm happening sometime around the 28th or 29th. It's supposed to be pretty strong winds where I'm at, but I'll make it through, hopefully. So, with that being said, hope you enjoyed this re-review for Demon Hunter Peace. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. There will be a Twitch live stream coming out on September 26th at 7 p.m. or sooner, depending on when I get around to it. But until then, stay safe. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed this piece re-review by Demon Hunter. And as always, I will see you in my next review.